Hi, I am Tom Aerts. I am collector of old pigeon memorabilia, and today I guide you through the benzing history. And here we have a very old model of the benzing clock. It's from 1903, more than 100 years old, and I will open it to show it to you. It's a big one, it's a heavy one. You can see the clock also. The other side, you can write something on the paper roll because not all the pigeons got a rubber ring on it, and then you can write only the pigeon ring number on the paper, and then the race secretary also knows which pigeon was clocked. This is the inside of the heavy one. It's 6.5 kilogram, all brass, and you can see it's a pigeon clock for 20 pigeons. And the clock model which was used is also used in the first model of benzing. So here you can see it's for 20 pigeons. You can drop 20 rubber rings in the drum and clock them. After the 1903 model, something new was needed, and Benzing made the original model 1904 in Germany. They made also a cooperation with the Belgian family Strobbe. And then they made an improvement that you can see while you are reading the last clocked pigeon, that you know already here the number of the clocked pigeon. Benzing didn't stop with improve. Make a new pigeon clock. From the Model 1, we can see it because there is no difference with the 1903 model and the 1900 model. Now it's possible to read the two last clockings of the pigeons. If we go inside, you can see that the clock is again bigger, and this pigeon clock is made for clocking 16 birds. Here we can see the Benzing Strobbe model 1907. And the most strange thing on this clock is that you have to make the clocking from the back side with the rear turner. The next model, nobody knows from which year it is. Yes, it's made about 1906 and 1907. So it's good to know that we only know two models from this clock, and I have them both. You can see it's a smaller drum, it's only for 14 pigeons. In 1907, Benzing made this model. It's with a manual day counter. It's for the first time that was a day counter used in a pigeon clock. They made it for 14 pigeons, 30 pigeons and 40 pigeons. This one is a model you can see with the double sized is for 30 pigeons. This Benzing is a model 1910, and you can see it's with a double paper band. One is an original for the club and one is for the fancier. Or we can also say this is a pigeon clock and this is a live smart up. Not a live app, but a live paper for the fancier. This is also a 1910 model, and you can see the single hole, it's for 14 pigeons. So the big difference as told is in the dial. This is a 1907 model and this is a 1910 model. Another big improvement took place in 1909 when Benzing and Benzing Strobbe came with a superior pigeon clock. It's a very nice piece, but it's also very special inside. So as you can see, the mechanism is completely different, but also how to stamp the time is completely different. It's just the numbers and not the big dials anymore. 30, Benzing came with another innovation. It's not anymore like we saw in the 1910 model, but now it's a completely different construction, also with a double paper band. After World War II, Benzing started immediate with production of the pigeon clock, and that's the first model of the new quality of Benzing pigeon clocks. Some big clubs in Belgium, the Netherlands and Germany asked at Benzing to make a very small pigeon clock, and Benzing accepted the challenge, and that became the Benzing Comatic. This is number 49. It's a very low number, but they made thousands of it because the big clubs asking for, and everybody wanna have the Benzing Comatic. This clock is from 1917. It's completely redesigned, and there is also a special safety system inside during clocking. This one is built in 1972. It's the first plastic case pigeon clock, but is similar inside as a wooden one. This brown is made in 78, and later on they changed it into an orange, more safe, to anti-fraud. The Benzing Paloma is made in 84. It's also the first time for Benzing it was a fixed handle, not a key as in the previous models. And the stamp who will make the time, it's electronic. It's not a mechanical part anymore. The only manufacturer who goes from the mechanical clock era to the electronic clocking systems. The first clock they used was an old Benzing computer clock. They changed it. You can see now here it's not a display anymore, but a computerized memory model. Together with the co-box, it was possible to connect the sun antenna. And later on, this construction was changed by the Aerts, the first Benzing electronic clock made by Gantner. Benzing also made a low budget clock. It was called the Benzing Express. It's a clock and antenna in one, but also possible to extend with separated antennas. Later on it was time to make another clock, and then M500 was here. You know the Benzing M1. It's a very popular pigeon clock in the whole world. This is the first version, white and the blue inside, the normal and also special editions from the Benzing M1. This is a special one for Belgium to make a new low budget clock, the Benzing Express G2. Then it was time to replace the old M1 for the M3, and also here we have some special editions. This is a Gold Rose edition. And the last released clock from Benzing is a Benzing M2. It was released 22 February 2022. Benzing didn't not only think about the pigeon fancier in the loft, but also at the pigeon clubs. And they start building master timers in mid-50s until now.